So when you have kids, you want to give them the best part of you. It becomes bigger than you at that point. You don't matter anymore. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another Organic Wednesday. As always, man, hope everybody's staying organic. Hope everybody healthy. Hope everything going smooth with your week. Hope everything went smooth with your weekend. And, more importantly, I'm just glad to see you guys. Hope everything going well. I got to reiterate that because it's a big thing. We live in a very harsh world. And to see another succeed is a rare thing. And you always just wish for it to happen because it could always go the other way. So with that being said, man, me personally, since last time I seen you guys, we got it done. We twisted the hair. Look alright. Don't look bad. It don't look as clean as when my mom do it, but we're in a situation where we got to figure it out. So had to figure it out. Spend like 6 hours twisting and putting gel in and stuff like that underneath the dryer for like about 2. It was like a 6-hour process, but it wasn't that bad. It was more tedious than anything, but it really wasn't that bad. So we figured that out. But other than that, man, this week I gotta make sure I get these 20 songs done. Producers been tapping in. I appreciate every single one of y'all that's been tapping in, showing love, and just saying here's these beats to fuck with, and let's do business. So I gotta make sure I get those demos out the way. So I gotta get to that this week. Finish writing for all of them. That was between Monday and Tuesday. But now we gotta go ahead and record those and see how those turned out. Which it should be pretty good. Should be some pretty good heat, because we gonna get into the topic. But this topic this week, break the cycle. So going back to the music, break the cycle, right? It's been a lot going on, as far as with family affairs. You get older, and with maturation comes separation. And that means that even though these are the people that you absolutely love, and the people who might have been around there since you was like a kid and young, at a certain point in your life, you start to outgrow these people. And that's not a bad thing. It does suck to happen, but at the end of the day, that's life. And life must go on. The same way it goes on for them, it goes on for you. And so going back to the music, a lot of this music I've been writing lately, to a lot of these beats, it's been about the process of me evolving and just, having that separation from those people. And it's been tough. I feel like it's painful, because it's like therapy, and it's just like you just cleansing yourself and just getting that all out of you. And it's a hard thing to do, but at the end of the day, it is some of the most relatable music you could ever make. And it's also the things that, the fans, they fall in love with, because it's you being you and you giving the best side of you and what you're going through. Because at the end of the day, fans is people just like you. If you're an artist, or if you're just a creative person, the people that you looking to intrigue with your creations, they go through the same experiences. They just like you. They put their shoes on the same way they go to work. So it's important to make sure that you make that content that pushes them, whether it be a Organic Wednesday or whether it be music, or however you make your creations. So a lot of that music has been that. And it leads me back to the topic of Organic Wednesday, which is breaking the cycle. So to break the cycle, what does that mean? If you don't know, it pretty much means to stop the generational cycle of whatever misfortune is going on, whether that be financial, whether that be relationship wise, whether that be some form of struggle that you're having on your journey to success. You gotta break the cycle. And that's also one of the biggest things that's going to keep you going. It's a reminder of why you do whatever you do. Because when you break the cycle, that means that the generation after you, your kids and their kids, they get to have a better upbringing. They get the things that you didn't get when you was a kid. When you wanted to go certain places, or, do certain things or get certain things. and it just wasn't a possibility. Now it's a possibility because you chose to break that cycle. And why is that important? Because when you have kids, I don't have kids yet, but I've seen a lot firsthand. So when you have kids, you want to give them the best part of you. It becomes bigger than you at that point. You don't matter anymore. You made that decision to keep this child in this world, and now they're here. And now your job is to take care of them. You become a caretaker. And your job is to give the best part of you. And also to make sure that you continue to understand them at all points in their life. You know, it doesn't just stop once they become a teenager or, you know, a preteen, or even when they hit their 20s. It don't stop at that point in time. You got to keep working as a parent to understand your child, because your child is growing and a lot of things are coming to them. And a big factor that is involved in that is their situation growing up. You know, are y'all in the hood? You know, are y'all suburban? Are you know, out in the rural? It matters, because what they're around, 70% of the time, they could become a product of their environment. And if you're not a fan of that environment that you guys are currently in, then it's all downhill, unless you nip it early, or unless you actually have those tough conversations. You know, it's important to break the cycle, because if you want a successful family tree, you got to make sure you putting in that time. You got to make sure you being hands-on, and you got to make sure that you're doing your job. You know, I just finished watching Jeff Hamilton's interview on Adam 22's podcast, No Jumper. And he said 4 important things. He said it's important to work hard. It's important to work smart. And the other 2 I forgot. But if you know me, those 2 right there, that hit. Because you look at this man and his successes and what he's done in the industry of fashion, you know, he's that guy. He's that guy. He'll forever be remembered. And for him to have those philosophies that let you know, or at least to let me know, that I'm doing something right and that I'm on my way to breaking the cycle. But when we go through things, we might not think about it. So it's important to make sure that you keep that in mind, that that's the goal. You know, it's not about you. It's about what's going to be left after you're gone. Do you do this shit to be remembered, or do you do this shit just cause? And if you're doing it just cause, it ain't probably last that long. So, not just, you know, a topic for Organic Wednesday, but kind of a reminder for myself. And it was also big because I remember having this conversation with my man Dave over at my girlfriend's job. You know, shouts out to Dave. You know, we just sat there and just kicked it about the meaning in life and all types of things at the work party that she just had. So, you know, that was huge. But yeah, man, a reminder of, you know, whatever you got going on, you know, whatever you doing, you know, understand what you do it for, and make sure that you get into it and that you're making that change, not just for yourself, but just for the generation down the line. So I hope everybody enjoys their Wednesday. You know, I'm finna go ahead and get in this crib and get to recording these songs before the end of the week. And, you know, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. All right.